it's beautiful up here. Okay, we have officially made it to the top. Here is the views of the city. What's up, guys? It's Ryan, and we are here in Santiago, Chile. Today, we are headed to San Cristóbal Hill. If you're not from Santiago, you probably wouldn't really know much about this hill, but it's one of the most popular places in the city. And that is because it has some of the best views in the city. You can access it several ways. Of course, you can hike up it. You can also take a car up to it, and you can take a cable car or a gondola up to it as well. So we're gonna go over there. It's a pretty big area, so we're gonna go scout it out a little bit, see what it's like and if it's really worth it. We're in for a good day today. I'm excited to see where the day takes us. It is technically winter, but with it being so sunny, it doesn't really feel like it. Look at this view from the city. You can see the mountains in the background, the Andes. It's beautiful. And over here as well, just the fact that we're in the central part of the city, you can just see the mountains outside of it. That's incredible. As we head to this hill, we're gonna go through this neighborhood. It's called La Area, I believe. It's a very vibrant neighborhood, got a lot of culture and just good vibes from what it sounds like. So we'll go get a feel for it for ourselves, because it's kind of on the way. So we're entering the neighborhood now. So you can see there's tons of graffiti, but that's, you'll find that pretty much everywhere. But the buildings, definitely European style, which, you'll see that throughout all of Santiago. I don't think I'm just quite in the actual neighborhood yet, but I'm not quite seeing the attraction to it so far. Okay, here we are on the main street of La Area now. Opens up a bit. It's a little nicer, I guess. Still a lot of graffiti. Wouldn't say it's anything spectacular, but I think on the weekends is when it really is more poppin'. A lot of more shops, cafes are open. They got a little garden over here, it looks like on the left. Just tons of little, like I said, cafes, shops that are open. Other than that though, it's not really seeing too much else. Today's Monday, so I would assume it's quite a bit quieter than maybe a Friday, Saturday, or even a Sunday. With that being said though, we'll continue our trek towards the main attraction of the day. Let's get to that hill and see what we're working with. Doesn't sound like it's too hard to climb, but we'll see how true that is. I know these Chileans, they like to hike, they like to do trekking, so we'll see how it compares. I really do like how much, greenery and parks and types of stuff they have throughout this city though. Different water fountains, tons of statues and stuff everywhere. And then of course the architecture having that European theme, that Spanish theme. Tons of Chilean flags everywhere. I don't know, just the overall vibes of the city I like. And I mentioned that in my first video here too. Just something about it. See, again, as we continue to walk, we got another massive park over here. We got some sick architecture. It's just beautiful. Starting to get our first glimpses of the hill too. It's kind of right behind this building. And then again, the snowy mountains in the back. It's beautiful. It's a little bit of a river going through the city here. But it would be so much fun to be able to go ski on some of those mountains, which I totally could. Only thing is it's nearing the end of the ski season, so probably not the best conditions. So we'll just have to come back another time and go shred the mountain. I think that'd be something super cool to do with some friends. They sure do just be having art on walls everywhere here though. Even on this side of the street. A lot of artists here. And even yesterday I was walking through this little park and I was seeing someone graffiti. But it was like graffiti art. It wasn't just, like some gang graffiti stuff. It actually was producing some high quality stuff. So a lot of artists here. As I continue walking, this part of town is definitely a lot less metro, more of kind of local, like I said, artsy. I have no idea where I am, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Different vibe for sure. I mean, just look at some of these murals too on the walls. Things like this are everywhere here, like everywhere. I could never do that. I do not have that artistic genetic trait, so I'll let them do it. And I'll just observe the beauty it has. All right, we are just about at the hill here and we can see it. So I believe the entrance is this way. I'm just going off what Google Maps is telling me, so hopefully it's not lying to me. Something I wanted to mention too throughout this city is you'll find a lot of mini marts kind of like that, but they're kind of full on grocery stores, like this one here. There's a ton near where I'm staying and they're pretty much full-on grocery stores, except they're just owned by locals, it seems like. I mean, they don't have everything, but they have most of the everything. And funny enough, yesterday when I was walking around, I found one that was Ryan's Mini Mart, because all of them are like the names of the owners, I would assume. So I'll put a picture of that one up. It was kind of funny to see. All right, enough talking now. Looks like we have made it to the entrance of this hill. As you can see, there's cable carts going up right there. There's a couple entrances over here. So if you want to take the cable cart, you go to this area here. The Zoological National, I don't really know what that is. And the Parkament, I think that's if you want to drive up it. I'm not sure. My Spanish is not good enough to translate all of this. There's people walking here though, so I'm just gonna follow them. Yeah, because I think you can just walk up the sidewalk up to it. If the views are cool enough, I'll come back another day and do the cable car. So the hike shall begin here, I suppose. It's 12:35. We'll see how long it takes me. I will say though, for it being 12:30 on a Monday, I'm quite surprised how busy it is. The hike itself is not very steep right now. Hopefully I don't hate myself for saying that later, but it seems like it kind of stays around the steepness most of the way up. So yeah, I don't know why I said what I said, because now looks like the trail goes up here where it gets a little steeper. Wish me luck. I did hit legs yesterday and I'm feeling it. We are definitely climbing elevation here. Heart rate is increasing and sweat will begin soon, I'm sure. All right, we're making progress. I think we're getting somewhat closer. I've just been grinding it out. No stops, just consistent steps. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing, looks like the top, there's a statue up there. Calves are indeed burning, but it feels good. Sometimes you just gotta embrace the suck, because nothing great comes easy. This view's gonna be so much better because I had to work for it, and I didn't just take some cable car up that I could have just spent money on. That's the way I like to see it. When you work for something, you actually enjoy it a lot more. And I think that's 100% true. Not that the cable car is not cool. Like I said, I might end up doing it. But first time around, if you can hike it, hike it. No excuse not to. We're getting close though. Sweat is definitely coming on, even though it's still pretty cold. Like if it was 5-10 degrees warmer, I would be sweating bullets. It's a nice little walk through nature though. They have these plants, which I believe are kind of like healing plants. When I was younger, we used to cut them and kind of rub them on like wounds and stuff. Because mom told me it helps with that, helps with healing. All right, we got options here. Can stay on this one, or we can go up the less traveled. I think I know what you guys want to see. So we're going up the steep one. So we might have to navigate past these people. We'll give them a little head start before we pass them, because that's really all I've been doing on this hike is just passing people. It's mindset over everything. All right, let's get it. All right, we made quite a bit of progress. We passed the girls down there, but this thing is definitely slippery. Gotta be careful. Don't want to embarrass myself. Oh, I think we made it. That wasn't too bad. Try not to kill myself sliding down this hill. Just like that. That was nice and easy. Just a little shortcut. I don't know how much we skipped, but we're back on the trail, it looks like. And the top is right here. All I know is I'm sweating and I gotta pee. Like I said, I think this is the entrance to the top. I am seeing tons of countries' flags. And yeah, it looks like this will be it. This is where the vans drop you off. Over there, it looks like it goes back down. So we can go this way. And I saw someone go this way. Yeah, this is definitely the way to go. Looks like they got a little restaurant gift shop over here. They got food and drinks. Terremote. See a bunch of people drinking these drinks. They even got palm trees up here. What the hell? It's funny seeing all the other people walking up here now, because all the people that took the bus and the cable car have to do this walk too. I'm like the only one, drenched in sweat, heart rate nice and high. But like I said, I get to enjoy it a lot more than they do. I think we're just about here though. And I don't know if you see that, but they have baños. That's all I need right now. Just a few more flights of stairs. Got more gift shops up here. Here just opened up quite a bit. You got tons of benches over here. Little stage up here too. They must do little concerts or something. Got a church here. Maybe this is for holding services. I'm sure I could figure it out with a sign somewhere, but as of now, your guess is as good as mine. Tell you what though, it's beautiful up here. All the nature. And I cannot believe how many people are here. Can't imagine what this place looks like on the weekend. Okay, we have officially made it to the top. Let's see these views. There's a statue. Here is the views of the city. See the Andes on the background. Got the stage down there. Pretty beautiful, I must say. See how massive the city is too. Goes like all the way out towards the mountains. On the right side over here too. Crazy. Up inside here, looks like they got a little something. Old Jesus with an unreal view. I almost forgot too, but I got up here around 1:05, so that's about 30 minutes it took me, which Google Maps was saying like an hour and 5 minutes, so I knew it was gonna be faster than that, but 30 minutes is pretty good. Again, I didn't stop at all, no breaks, just built different. Nah, but these views, they make it worth it. See, I'm telling you, when you have to work for something, you can enjoy it that much more. And I'm definitely enjoying this. Can't wait to eat something. I haven't eaten anything today. All right, we're gonna start making our way down now. Some incredible views up there with the mountains in the background of this massive city. Absolutely stunning, but no, super cool. Definitely worth it. I think it's even more worth it if you actually hike up and don't just spend the money to go up the cable car. I can only imagine what this place looks like around sunset. That might be a reason to come back up, maybe do the cable car since I've already done the hike now, and then enjoy the beautiful sunset, because I want to say that the sun would set kind of right over the mountains there. So I'm sure that would be pretty cool. We'll see though. For now, start making our way down. Right on the side here, they got tons of bracelets and necklaces wrapped around the fencing. And I think these are like memorial graves for people who have passed away. They got more of them down there too. The Holy Spirit is definitely present up here with all of the churches and the music even being played. It's nice. It's coming up here and feeling that, but we are really gonna get out of here. With that being said though, one last glimpse of the beautiful mountain range, the stage, the views. It's definitely worth a visit coming up here if you get the chance. I mean, look at this view walking down. Just a straight shot of the Andes. So cool. Not too many people get to see this. So thankful to be able to travel, see this stuff in person, because nothing is quite like seeing it in person. Yes, you can take pictures all you want. I can record all I want. But if you guys really want to see the beauty of this, you have to come here in person. Just how it is. It's Jim's car. I've never heard of Jim being a car. All right, we're making our way down this hike, and you really never know who you're gonna run into. Just met this guy, older gentleman, and he saw I was wearing my Brazil jersey that I got while I was in Brazil. So he starts speaking to me, I believe in Portuguese, asking about Brazil, pointing at my shirt. Again, I don't know much Portuguese, so that conversation didn't last. Then he switched over to Spanish. I was starting to understand him a bit more. He was asking me about if I lived in Brazil, and then started saying stuff about Chile. Then he was asking me where I was from. He thought I was Swiss, but then he guessed the United States second. So he was pretty close on that, I guess. And then he was asking me about Chile, how I was liking it. Pretty nice guy. Then he started mentioning that he was Mormon. Not sure quite how that came up, but he was telling me all about Mormon. Then he brought up Trump. It's like, I swear, every time someone finds out you're from the US, Trump is like the second thing to come up. So he was asking me about Trump, and then was asking me about Obama. It's like, what? So, very interesting conversation. Again, he didn't speak any English, so I had to decipher a little bit, because unfortunately I'm still not quite fluent in Spanish. One day I will be, but yeah, just always interesting. You never know what you're gonna run into when you're doing these types of things. At least that's what I've found. The people you'll meet, the case scenarios that you'll run into, always makes for a fun adventure. Also, another thing to note, I didn't know how popular marijuana was here in Chile. The amount of times I've smelt it and the amount of people I've seen, especially on this hike, just like kind of on the side, on a bench or something, rolling or smoking a joint. It's been very common. I didn't know it was so normal here, I guess. Like, based off the other previous countries I've been throughout South America, Chile is definitely where I've seen it be the most prominent. Quite similar to what I would see in the US, I would say. So interesting to note. We are just about at the bottom of the trail though. Still see a little bit of the city here. And just like that, we are back on the road, the finishing steps we shall take on this hike. I really enjoyed this hike. It wasn't too difficult, more peaceful. Quite a few people, all types of people, but I enjoyed it. A little good outing to start the day. We're back down at the bottom now, and it is just about 2 p.m. So it took a total of an hour and a half round trip from the bottom here where we started, up top, enjoying the view for a little while too. Came back down all in an hour and a half. Definitely a great way to start the day. It doesn't take up your whole day. Go get some exercise and enjoy a great view. Now, I didn't walk this way when I was coming to the hill, but this street that goes right up to it, very lively. Got tons of stuff going on, music being played. Again, it's Monday afternoon and there's a lot of people out here. But 10 out of 10, definitely recommend if you're here in Santiago. It's a must visit. Great views at the top. I'm sure sunset's even better. But for now, we'll end the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm here in Chile for a little while, so be sure to let me know of any places to go, recommendations. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.